is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags, world top 40k player, and a Recon Marine Keevil. We got a, what are we doing? Grey Knights today. We just had the drop on Warhammer Live, Warhammer Faction Pack. Just the Warhammer site. It came out yesterday. I wanted to do a video for you guys. I have a couple list ideas as well. I'm going to do a separate video on that. But if you guys are new to the channel, thanks for clicking on the video. We've been playing Grey Knights for years now. We were actually #1 ranked Grey Knight player in the world 3 years ago. Then we went over to Chaos, got #1 ranked Chaos player in the world. Then we went to Death Guard. We got #1 Death Guard ranked in the world. And then we played Orcs, and we're already #1 Orc player in the United States. Sorry. So 11th edition is here, guys. We can now start making lists and going over ideas and tactics because we have the points that we're going to go over today and the 3 new 1-point detachments that we also are going to go over today. I think Grey Knights are in a very good spot. If you guys are new to Grey Knights, getting into Grey Knights, thinking about going back to Grey Knights, I think Grey Knights are kind of good right now going into 11th edition. There's just so much to test, and with all of the new rules, with like getting within 8 inches and ignoring all the mods for melee and shooting for psychic weapons, 2-up save on the entire army, getting -1 ballistic skill as well, because most of our good shit is infantry. There's just so much to go over with Grey Knights. I'm super stoked for them in 11th edition. And with this, there's just everything is good. Some of them, there's like 1 good detachment, maybe 2 iffy detachments. With the Orcs one, there was like 1 really good one. The other 2 were like, eh. This one's all 3 good. Like, I can see us making a 1-point detachment for 3 of them, playing a game like that, and that would be good to test. We might throw that on the table. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. If you guys are new to the channel, we do have a merch description down below on the website. Click on that, takes you to all of these, and you guys get these on a bunch of t-shirts. So these are pretty sick. We got the Crow model in there. Crow looks freaking fire. Quick shout out to the sponsors, and then we'll be back for the Grey Knight new detachment points. Alright guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, stay tuned towards the end of the video where we'll go over all of this stuff, as well as any links in the description below for laser lines, shirts, and gear is in all the description. So stay tuned towards the end and enjoy the video. Alright, so this is nothing new, guys. We kind of saw this coming, but this gave us the first like tick of what they're going to be looking like when the Space Marine one came out, and Grey Knights were tied in with the Space Marines, sure. All of them are 1, all the new ones that we're going over, and then all of them are 2, and then the main one that basically 90% of Grey Knights that we're using that is very competitive is the Warpbane Task Force, so you can't add any additions with the Warpbane. So we were just assuming that Banisher's probably going to be taking over because you can go Banishers with any of these 3. You can do like the Terminator detachment with the Paladin detachment. Yeah, so there's a couple different ideas. I mean, I think Sanctic, honestly, could be secretly good because you have Sanctic for the Dread Knights, and then you can have the Paladin detachment because Sigil, which is one of the lists that we are going to go over in the other video. So there's a bunch of different ideas that you can combine, but Sanctic, honestly, is secretly good. Auto advance 6 with Assault on all of the Dread Knights, which the Dread Knights can advance, shoot, and charge, or charge now, so that's really good. And then if you have the Grand Master in the list, they can come down with an 8, get that Melta range, Melta 4 with that, with Twin Length. So yeah, a couple stuff to really test, but the Banishers definitely is my my go-to going into 11th edition. So let's get this going. First one, Argent Assault. So this is the Paladin one. I freaking love Paladins. Paladins got such a buff with the new Codex, 3 damage on the charge. They can bring a Paladin back. Like for what, 45 points a model, being able to just bring a model back every turn is clutch. So +1 OC, bring a guy back, 5 heavy weapons in the unit, 6/2/2, hitting on 2s, ignoring mods. It's like Banishers, you get lethal or sustain. So it's like everything is just kitted towards this specific 1-point detachment. But on top of that is you're getting +1 to wound on anything that's toughness is higher than your strength. So anything 7 or higher, which could be a lot of stuff. Anything toughness 12, we're probably going to ignore still, unless we're going like a Nemesis Dread Knight going into him to wound on 3s. But strength 11 or lower, which is most things in this game, are going to be wounding them on 4s. Most demons wounding them on 4s, stuff like that. So it's 4 wounding on 4s with 6, 2, and 3 damage. So let's say you get 10 guys in there. That's 40 attacks. You're going to hit like 36 of them. With sustain, you go back up to 40. You wound on 4s, you wound 20 times. 20 saves on a 4+ with the demon. 10 of them go through, you did 30 damage. Sure. So that's really good. That's no CP. That's just you charging in and getting all those bonuses. I'm sure there's other strats that you can do on top of that, but I did this in my precision video. I don't know if precision hit YouTube yet, but precision is insane with units. Units with precision are just going to be freaking nuts to try and deal with. Anything that has a character in it and you're going against a unit that has precision, that character is just dead. So especially with 622 +1 to wound if you're higher than toughness units. So fight phase, when a friendly paladin squad is selected to fight, your unit gains the precision. So again, 40 attacks. You're gonna allocate the leader to take all of the 1s and 2s once the wounds go through. So let's say you wound, I don't know, 20 times. I'll say 25 times out of 40. You wound 25 out of they roll all the dice. Probably 5 or 6 of them are going to be 1s and 2s, right? Which the first 3 could kill a 6-wound character, like easily, and then the next 3 could kill another character or a I don't know if you could do the support character. Maybe you could put support. I don't know if it's just characters or you have. I don't know. Let me know if you could do the support in the next rank if it's a character or if it has to be specifically a character as well, which they probably are characters. So then you go support character, dead, right? And then all the other ones are going into the unit, which if they don't have 4-up invuln saves, they're all probably going to die anyway. So the precision is just so good with units with the amount of attacks going into it. So that is insane. Plus, it's probably going to be free because you're going to have a Grandmaster in the unit or Voltus now. Voltus is really good with the -1 to hit always. So being in cover, you get -1 ballistic skill and -1 to hit stacked on. So your paladins are going to be just so hard to chew through. There's probably other. I mean, the Terminator detachment, you can fall back, shoot, and charge still, but the banner shows you have missed. Like having missed in a detachment with a 10-man paladin unit, you're just never going to get tracked down. Yes, you can die to shooting, but at least you'll have the -1 ballistic skill if you're in cover. And if you go with Voltus in Banishers, you're -1 ballistic skill in cover and -1 to hit and missed. So nothing's going to be able to get like in contact with you. And then if you bring them in Sanctic, you can put the sigil on the Grandmaster. So that way, if they ever target you with a gun, let's say they fall back and then something wants to go and shoot you, you're just like, nope, missed, and then put a mouse somewhere on the table. Next turn, move up, do the same exact thing. It's freaking nuts. All right, and then any phase when a friendly paladin unit suffers mortal. So this is after you suffer the mortal wound, so you can see how many mortal wounds are done to the unit. Then you get a 4-up penalty pain against mortal wounds. So let's say they throw a grenade at you, and they're like, oh shit, I did 5 mortal wounds. Let me just spend 1 CP, have a 4-up mortal wound save. Or if you know there's like a lot of mortal wounds going into you, and they're going to finish off a unit or a character, you can just do this at the end. But that's also just a really good defensive strat. Probably not going to be used as much. And then this one, with the new hazardous rule, it's on a 1 or a 2. All of the weapons are going to be hazardous to do mortal wounds on top of that. So in the fight phase, when enemy unit targets a friendly paladin unit, that paladin unit is just burning their freaking weapons in their hand. The enemy unit's melee attacks are hazardous. So let's say 20-man boys gets into you. Let's say 15 of them get attacks. 15 hazardous rolls, then those rolls on a 1 or 2, which is going to be probably 5 mortal wounds. You just kill 5 orcs without you even doing anything. Seems pretty funny. It's definitely going to be good for hordes. But, and I guess, no. Demons and stuff, it would only do 3 mortal wounds. Nothing crazy, but it's just an additional defensive strat that we may or may not use. But you can add this to a Terminator model only, which this unit has +1 charge rolls. So this is one of the new enhancements. So getting out of charges, you're going to have an 8-inch out of the charge, or if you're going to like be rapid ingressing and then moving up 5 and then +1 to the charge because you're rolling the charge rolls before you figure out where you're going. So it's definitely going to help out. And then turning a model only at the start of the shooting phase, you can select one visible enemy unit within 12 inches of that unit. That enemy unit has a 6-inch detection range. So all of your, so again, this combined with your Sanctic, you're still able to keep your guys basically 21 inches away to still be able to shoot that unit. So if they're in cover and they have hidden, you target their unit, add 6 to that 15, and now all of your Dread Knights get to shoot 21 inches away at that target. Or your Paladins alone right there. So your Paladins come down, you know, they're, what, 21 inches away with all their side cannons. They're just fucking unloading into you, ignoring the -1 ballistic skill, so they're all hitting on 2s anyway. The bolters will probably hit on 3s, but yeah, imagine bolters getting psychic keyword, because they technically are in the lore. So that'd be insane. All right, so yeah, again, this is insane if you like Paladins. And what's cool about the Grey Knights is you can literally play to your fancy. Like, you can run Paladins, you can run Interceptors, you can run Purgation. Any way you want to play is them adding it to any list that you want, besides the 3 detachment. But Searing, this is the Purgation one, so this one's also very scary, especially with all of our weapons ignoring all the cover. I think this one's going to be insane with a 10-man Purgation squad, because the 10-man Purgation squad getting an additional, like, what, 4 big weapons and then 4 big weapons and then 10 guys, 6 regular storm bolters. It's 24 shots, hitting on 3s, but with, right here, devastating wounds and sustain, kind of nuts. So you can add a bunch of different characters to this. You can put them in Banishers for +1 AP. With a Tech Priest, like the Tech Priest with +1 AP, all of your guns, ignoring mods, is going to be +1 AP. So you have Bolters with Sustain and Dev at +1 AP. That's kind of scary. So when you select an enemy unit to be pinned by friendly Purgation, use Righteous, makes a Battle Shock roll -1 to that Battle Shock. So basically, when you shoot the unit, they're not only -2 to... Shit, I think it was like -2 to move, advance, and charge. Grey Knights. Yeah, it's just anything besides monster vehicle. They're subtract 2 from the unit's move characteristic and subtract 2 from the charge roll. So essentially, they're going to be -4 if they're a melee unit, but -2 to movement, -2 to assaults or advances, because it's the move characteristic, is scary. Also, they're going to have to take a battle shock test at -1. So battle shock is so good in this edition. So you can also, like, pick another unit. So let's say you shoot all of your attacks into this unit that you're really going to kill or just murder. Then you can shoot one random 2-shot or 4-shot Storm Bolter into another unit, pick that unit, and make them pinned, because you're probably not going to get to that unit yet. But if they're slow, they're not going to get to you. Plus, you have mist and all that crazy stuff. So one random shot all the way over there, and then the rest of them into this unit that's going to murder them. And then, you know, they're pinned. Plus, this is for essentially every time you shoot at a different unit. So if you have 3 units Purgation, 3 units get this. Purgation is so cheap too. They're 115 points for 5, so basically 115 points for 4 heavy weapons. If you're putting them into the Razorbacks, that's kind of scary. So you have like 1 or 2 or 3 Razorbacks on the table with all 3 Purgation squads. I would probably go 2 Razorbacks, 2 Purgation squad, and then 1 10-man Purgation squad for like the uppy downy insane shooting threat. If they're in Banishers, you do the Silencers with the 66 seal and then AP extra 1. So you have precision on 6, 12, 24 shots, already built in sustain hits 1. You can do dev, so that all the bolters get sustain hits 1 and dev, and then you ignore any hit mods. So basically you're 24 shots with precision, hitting on 3s, sustain hits 1, and then wounding most of the time on 3s with AP1 with precision. So they might just be able to kill a character right there. That's freaking insane. You could also, the other strat here, in your shooting phase, when a friendly Purgation unit has shot, that Purgation unit, select one battle shocked enemy unit hit by one of those attacks. The enemy unit suffers D3 1. So if you have a Purgation squad that shot, you know, all their attacks into one unit and then one random bolter over there to make that unit take the battle shock. Let's say they did battle shock, and then you have a second Purgation squad shoot that unit that's battle shocked after they shot. You can do D3 plus 1 mortal wounds. So basically, if you like combo it really well, you can like move up an interceptor unit, chuck a grenade, shoot something. Purgation can shoot them, make them battle shocked, and then you do another D3 plus 1 mortal wounds on top of that. So you do like a ton of mortal wounds in the shooting phase. If you're doing the devastating wounds with all the side cannons, you're basically like stacking so many dev wounds on one target. You probably bring down a nice tank with this, just with the amount of mortal wounds going into it. and forcing it to be battle shocked as well. A couple of the enhancements, snap shooting, hitting on a 5. So anytime you do the Overwatch, you unmodified hit roll of a 5, which is scary, especially if you have it on the sustain hits 1 precision silencer unit with the Tech Marine. That actually seems kind of scary. And then the Percussion Squad units' range attacks are +2 strength. So basically, everything in the unit is +2 strength. So you have strength 6 bolters and strength 10 side cannons. I wonder if you can can you stack upgrades with enhancements? Like, can I do the 660 on the Tech Priest and then this on the unit? Somebody let me know in the comments below. But that is nuts. So extra mortal wounds, sustain and dev on a big unit, or just your 5-man units. Honestly, it could be anybody. And then fall back, shoot, and not charge. Just fall back and shoot. So being able to fall back now, this is in your movement phase. You can technically spend 2 CP. So you can spend this in your movement phase, and then in your shooting phase, you could also chuck a grenade. Or do one of these. So let's say your big 10-man Purgation Squad stuck in combat. You basically spend 1 CP to fall back. You're now eligible to shoot. You can spend the CP in your shooting phase and get the full devastating wounds and sustain its 1. Pretty nuts, guys. So yeah, again, this is the second detachment with all the Purgation. Adding this into really any of the 2 detachment points is going to be scary. If you, they're so good. I honestly haven't ran them because they didn't really do anything for me. But with adding all of these on top of it, plus with Battle Shock being a thing in 11th edition, even a 5-man unit, it's going to be good. So if you don't like the Paladins or the tournament models, you bring these guys. And then if you don't like these 2, you also have something that we always bring in all of our lists, which is the Interceptor Squads. Just having this be just available on either 1 or 2 5-man interceptors is bliss. So this gives you the surge move, which lets you get into combat, I believe, or just D6 +1 movement after that. So in your shooting phase, when a friendly interceptor unit has shot, does not make an ingress move this turn, that unit cannot use... so basically, you can't do this when you teleport down. So when you wrap Deep Strike down, you can't shoot and then do this move. It has to be you starting on the table, and then moving, shooting, and then ingressing. Or surge move. So this unit can make a surge move. And this unit cannot use the teleporter, so you can't do the move, shoot, move. And then surge move, you're basically choosing the option to just move up 12, shoot, move another D6 +1, and then still be able to charge after this, which is so far. If you have these guys in the rhinos, they're going to be able to get out 15. Basically, get out 3, move 12, D6 +1. So you're looking at, like, let's say you roll a 3 on the dice, that's 4. So you're looking at 15. You're at 19 movement with these guys before the charge. So if they're on the line, you have a 5-inch charge. That's nuts. Kind of crazy, guys. So that's on turn 1. If you have 30 of these guys in a detachment, you could do like the melee detachment, banishers or something like that. They get lethal or sustain if they make a leadership test. So they're able to kind of like hop out of a rhino, do the surge move, and then charge. I think you can advance as well. Yeah, I think one of the detachments you can advance and charge. I forget which detachment. But in your shooting phase, when it has shot, so you have to still be able to shoot. So there might be a strat where you can still shoot. Yeah, there might be a strat where you can advance, shoot, and charge. If there is, then you can do this. But yeah, that's freaking insanely fast. All right. And then you could do in your movement phase, this can use an ingress move. In your movement phase, this unit can make an ingress move. So interceptor squad only in your first move. Okay, so you can basically deep strike turn 1. So, but it has to be your turn 1. You can't wrap it on turn 1. It has to be your movement phase. So these guys could just come down turn 1, set up for a really good either shooting and then moving back. Yeah, so it's just a really quick starting to the, like, you're killing chaff. So you come down with a big, like, 10-man. You shoot just a ton of bolters into something, and then you could move 6 inches back as well. So let's say you're doing, I don't know, banishers. You still have missed to be really cautious. So you come down, shoot something, move back 6 inches. If they get to you or close, you just missed off the board, and essentially just do it again. So Interceptor Squad, this unit has stealth. Stealth is not as good, but it does give you cover in the middle of the open. So if you come down and just want to get the shots off, be able to get the -1 ballistic right in the open. So it's not bad. Because like it doesn't stack with already the -1 ballistic skill. So yeah, if it was the -1 hit still, yes, but it's not. All right, the Lance on an Interceptor Squad. So I'm thinking like the 10-man Interceptors hopping out of the Rhinos is freaking scary. You could still use like the heavy weapons on them, like two side cannons just for fun because they're psychic and they ignore all the modifiers. And just having an extra like 24-inch range, 2 damage weapon. AP1 now is good. So just having 2 of those or 2 flamers. But I think a 10-man unit with 2 heavy weapons is still good. And the unit getting Lance. So made a charge move this turn. Just get Lance, so strength 6. Same with the Paladins, you get +1 to wound. So wounding most stuff on 4s. And then anything with toughness 6 or less, 3s and then 2s. Your shooting phase, when a friendly interceptor unit starts in action, unit's not, so basically you can still shoot in action, which is nuts. So yeah, that's good for an extra CP because there's just going to be so many actions, and like running a lot of 10-man units, you kind of get limited to like having to do an action, but you really don't want to. So sometimes you just give up the action because you really want that 10-man unit to shoot or do something. So in this situation, you're still able to come down, do an action, and shoot like locusts in the backfield or the deploy teleport homers, the old school one, cleanse, you know, stuff like that. Or the mission action. If you have a primary mission action, you can still do that. So your opponent's movement phase, when an enemy unit has engaged with a friendly interceptor unit, ends a fallback move. The interceptor unit is unengaged. The interceptor unit, your unit can make a normal move up to D3+3. So you got the Horon reaction move, which is cool. So after your opponent has ended, or your opponent's movement phase, when an enemy unit that was engaged with the interceptor unit ends a fallback move. So basically it happens immediately. So you have to like time it kind of like good, because if your opponent's like if your opponent moves up everything and then they fall back this unit because they don't want to get like Overwatch or something like that, they fall back, then you move D3+3 hopefully away in cover from that. So if the opponent's smart and they know you have this, they just fall back that unit first, figure out if you can use the strat, and then they move up the rest of their army. So make sure that happens, you know, when your opponent is doing that. So that is the 3 detachments. Like I said, you can basically have all of these 3 detachments. You'll get 9 strats, essentially, only specifically to those units. But you could run all 3 of these as a single point detachment, which is pretty cool. Most of the time, you're going to be picking one of these 3 to put them in any of the other detachments. Banishers, like I said, is going to be super fun. Sanctic, I think, is going to be really cool. And I really want to test out the Terminator detachment with the Paladins in here. But my first go-to is going to be the Paladin one. And then I want to try the Interceptor one with 30 Interceptors. And then we'll throw in some Purgation squads after that. And just kind of depending on the mission and what we're going to be playing, I think Purge the Foe is actually not a bad one for Grey Knights going into 11th edition. I think being able to kill stuff every turn is going to be really easy for our uppy-downy shooting units because we ignore cover. And we have actually AP1 weapons now, which is actually really good. So they're going to have to make a lot of 4-up saves with Marine armies. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below. Which one are you most excited for? Which one are you looking to test? What detachments that I haven't mentioned you think are going to be really good combos with one of these 3? And we'll make a couple lists. So I have a couple list ideas going out. That's going to be up on Patreons and members. So if you guys want to support the channel, head over there. If you guys want that professional coach in your corner, that's what Patreon is all about. If you join the competitive, you get unlimited list reviews. If you join the Grandmaster, you get set up one-on-one coaching with myself or another Grandmaster, Dirtbag, or Dirtbag coach, to help you get through and starting 11th edition. So it's really good to have a professional coach in your corner at all times to bounce ideas and questions off of, and that's kind of why we're here. So appreciate it, guys. Good luck. If you want the merch, click on the new website uploaded by Keevil today, and we'll see you in another video soon. All right, guys, thanks for sticking towards the end of the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the links in the description below, which we'll go over. But these right here, we have 3D prints of Cypher, Tech Priest, Phobo Libby, Combi Libby, Lieutenant, Calidus, Codiez, and the Lord of Contagion. All those are up for sale. Message me on Discord. All these widgets, the 6-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, they pop out. Those are up for sale. The 9-inch widget, the 1 CP token, where you guys can keep track of the CP every single game. The token markers for Chaos and Grey Knights, they're poker chips. Those are really good for sticky objectives. And then also the wound gauges and the fuck you and fuck me tokens are up for sale as well. And we have a new sponsor, Snot Goblin Terrain. They are really, really cool. What's great about them is you can customize them for any layout. So if you run Games Workshop layout, or if you run WTC layout, you can run it that way. And the best part, it's super hard plastic, not going to break on you. And also it's all fully painted. So check on the link below if you guys want to check these guys out. We use them in our streams and they look super awesome on the stream, but it's really good to travel into all your stores and bring them with you. So check those guys out. Then we still have 3D6 Wargaming, where if you guys want some custom templates, you guys can click on these. And then our new and improved Rexar lasers, laser lights with the Dirtbag logo on them. These guys are at a lot of local GTs, especially in the Texas area, but these lines are, or these lasers are rechargeable. So definitely be picking this up. I'm going to be getting sent one of these so I can show you guys on the live stream and stuff like this. But you guys get the Dirtbags and the lasers rechargeable, so highly recommend the Rexar lasers in the description below. Look at this. Look at that line. It is so good. And it's rechargeable. At the top, it's got the USB. Just plug it right in. Good to go. This shit is legit. And lastly, guys, the merch store. This I love seeing at GTs. When you see it across the room, you see your own logo, which is so cool. It's the red, white, and blue. We have the hats as well. They're all flex fit with the Dirtbags logo on the back. I just love wearing backwards hats. But all of these are available in the Printify shop. It's print to order, so you can get all of these shirts, different sizes, different colors. We also have the old school stuff. We have the Nurgling. We have mugs, which you can fit your entire hand in, and some of the Grey Knight logos as well. So let me know what I'm missing. You can message me on Discord, but stay tuned. If you guys are interested in the Patreon, that'll come up last. So appreciate it, guys, and let's keep it going. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get if you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons. You guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. If we really want to get a bigger studio going, that is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.